How do I feel about being a member of the Information Society? That's a difficult question because I didn't know we were in the Information Society.
Back at Sportscards Etc again, this time at a little bit more reasonable of a time. So today is Friday the 13th, rather spooky, but it's actually the official release of the Core 19 Magic the Gathering set. Sportscards Etc here is running $10 drafts all the way until like 9 o'clock. So I decided to hop into a few pods, see what we can do. After my great success, I'd say it was pretty good at the sealed event last weekend at the pre-release, I think I could follow up pretty well here with draft. $10 gets you, I think, 4 packs of draft, which that's already good value if you just want to skimp out the mythics in there and try to get something to make your money back with that. But also, top 4 in this 8-pod draft is getting packs. I don't know exactly what the tier prize support is, but there are lots of easy ways to make money with this. If you remember at GB Pittsburgh, the Dominaria draft we did, this is going to be pretty much the exact same way. Single elimination, 3 rounds at most. I literally just have to win 1 to win any prize support in general, so it shouldn't be too hard. I honestly didn't think you were coming. You choose. Yeah. I thought it was a 6. Kind of looks a little muggy outside, but I figured this would be a better place to give the update I was looking for. So what we ended up going with is I got tunnel vision when I opened my first pack of the draft, and I pulled the I forget what it was. It was the tri-mana guy, the green, white, blue. I forget the name. The 3/5 flyer with flying and vigilance. I pulled that, and I thought it was a good card, but looking back on it for sealed, it's just not a good card at all. So I kind of got tunnel vision when I pulled that card because I thought it was good. So I was like, all right, I'm building green, white, and blue. Maybe that's just something I'm doing because I'm still new at the game. Maybe I'll learn it as I go through. Hopefully I've learned my lesson now. I think the green pool we drafted was pretty good. We got a lot of ramp. We got 2 like the Elvish Rejuvenators, and then 2 of the other one, the 1 green, 1 colorless, that gives you a green. And then to top it off, we pulled 3 of the 6/6 trample, but I only opted to play 2 in the final build. I think the green engine was super powerful. Elvish Rejuvenator was like super underrated, being able to just pull those mana out of the deck, especially the dual manas that I happen to actually get a couple of that works with my deck. I got the green-blue dual as well as the blue-white dual, and I also got another one, which was the tower thing, which is like you pay an additional mana to put it in. I thought that was actually life at first. Reading it back, and now that it's mana, that card's very bad. Manalith 2 is just another way to kind of tie all those engines together to at least give me a consistent pool of mana of my choice. I would definitely consider drafting a little bit more carefully when I'm going with more than 2 mana, because I don't think the 3 mana options that I picked was that optimal, especially the white pool. Again, just pigeonholing myself into playing those specific ones because of the fact that I pulled that Elder Dragon was a very poor choice. Regardless, let's talk about match 1 and how that went down. Match 1, I played up against a green deck that was really just a pants deck in theory. You gotta play the 3 mana Satyr, which when you play an enchantment, you would draw a card. He drafted hella bunch of those. He actually ended up playing 3 of them on the final game, and I still somehow won just because he didn't top an enchant. Game 1, he was just able to lay the smack on me by rushing me down. I was not able to get a chance to stabilize, so that match ended actually kind of rather quick. Game 2 lasted a long while. I was able to build up a huge board, and whenever he would pants up a guy or an enchant the guy, I just disperse it or bounce it back and he's out of a couple cards at that point. I think just going +2 at that point, or +1, just by bouncing a creature back and it losing 1 to 2 in chance, that's good value. And I think it's really that value and momentum shift that was able to carry me to win the second match there. And then the third match was just another one where I ended up being able to stabilize. I played 2 of the 6/6 guy, and it just was too much for the guy to handle. There's a card that's just absolutely dirty. It's like a green minion where it has like 2/2 and Death Touch for 3. That card is absolutely crazy. If it wasn't for the fact that I had just a couple flyers, like 2 of the Mistbirds, as well as the Arcadius, I think that's its name. If it wasn't for the fact that I had those flyers in my deck, that would have been a very difficult matchup just to deal with, just because of the Death Touch. Again, working around that with my 6/6 tramples, as good as those cards are, very difficult to deal with a Death Touch you're staring down. However, for the first match, for what it was, I think it went rather okay. We came out on top of the match. I still didn't feel very confident in my deck. I felt like, again, after playing that first match, I could have definitely drafted a little bit better. It was the most embarrassing thing, because I just remember as I was passing my pack to the left, the guy next to me was saying, "Oh my god, how is this still in the pack?" And I was just like, I don't know, man. I guess that's just something you learn as you play a little bit more. Maybe these decisions that I feel like are really difficult aren't as difficult as I think they are. And that's definitely a little bit demoralizing when he says that pack after pack, though, so whoops. Match 2, we played against a red-green deck, minus the pants. He still like drafted 3 of the Death Touch guy, which again, that card's fucking crazy, super difficult for me to deal with. I was able to, game 2 against that guy, I was able to like push out an entire board with the Angel that has 3/3 flying and gives everything +1/+1 vigilance. I was just able to yam the guy for 16 damage in 1 turn to close out a game. But that second match was just super close. He was able to take first game, I took the second game, and then he barely took the third game because he had the out to buy 2/2 flyer Mistbird things. Again, if he didn't have a way to deal with the flyers, I would have definitely took that game, as I was just rushing him down. I got him down to like 5 health, and then he top decked the answer to the second bird, which with the second bird, I actually would have been put lethal on board over 2 turns. Kind of sucks, but you know, for my first draft, I wouldn't say it went too poorly. The draft isn't technically single elimination, but it might as well be. My opponent that when I was going to play round 3, I'm pretty sure he just bounced out of here. So, I mean, I guess we take it 2-1 and we get a couple packs. I don't think it's anything major, but it's whatever. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come, though. There's always improvement, and I feel like I can improve a lot, that's for sure, especially after today's drafting and getting laughed at quite a bit. I don't know, there's always room for improvement, ways to get better, so that'll happen over time, I guess. But yeah, that was the draft today. Now I gotta go back in there and grab those packs I won for getting top 4. I don't think it's anything major, like 2, but we'll crack them.